Hey, welcome back to Who's Up. It's the first episode of this year. Hopefully, we're gonna have a great year with y'all. Get into some new content. Try to get a little more guests on. Try to get a little more consistency. But all in all, what y'all trying to start with today? We going to our pre-conversation with the Luka, or we going to talk about the them second-rate birds who won the Super Bowl?
It's up to y'all.
Yeah, let's get the Super Bowl out the way. We'll
You
let
sure?
we'll let the participants in there. We'll let them go first.
I'm gonna take my L, man. Defensive line played well. Offensive line play like they want to change their address. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't block, you're not gonna win. Easy math right there. But what hurt, I had to think back about it. We really ain't had the offensive line right since Willie Roaf, Will Shields, them boy retired. If we being honest, we drafted Eric Fisher #1, 2013, and he was kind of trash. Still ain't got it right. So congratulations to the Birds. However, I still got hope because in the short time Pat been around, he been to the Super Bowl mode in Philly in 59 years. And if you can go to the Super Bowl 3 times in some down seasons, whoo, what we gonna do when we get it right? So I'm gonna still hold on to hope. They won the battle, but the wall, wall.
All I know is Jalen and Pat have seen each other 3 times, and Jalen done won 2 of them.
No,
No, he did Super Bowl 2 years ago. Pat won, and then they played in Arrowhead on Monday Night Football. The Eagles won, and then they won.
No, we played 2 games. The
okay.
Super Bowl 2 times. Regular season is not.
Okay.
We both of us are better than that at this point, Daniel. Can we meet there? Both of us are better than regular.
We can
don't meet there.
Daniel, we can meet there. We can meet there.
What you mean? What you talking about?
Oh, I don't. We are. Anyone else? Does anyone else got any thoughts on Super Bowl?
Yeah, I won't see another one no time soon.
Before we let this chopper off,
the real birds coming in hiding this year. Put some respect on the names.
Yeah, I got something I want to say, especially because he in our division. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna let you say what you want to say. But this is what I gotta say. I will give Jalen Hurts his just due for the 2 Super Bowl games. That's what I will. That are the 2 biggest games he had to play. I felt like, me personally, that he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. In general, I do not think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I just don't. I think that he has no. This is
let him finish, TJ. Let him get his shit off.
He has the best offensive line in the league. He had the best defensive line in the league. Anytime Jalen Hurts has not had a top-ranked defense, when I'm talking about top-ranked, I'm talking about #1. I'm not talking about number 3, 4, 5, 6. #1. He has not done nothing in the playoffs.
That is a lie, but keep going. No, he went to the playoffs when Jalen Reagor was his #2 wide receiver, and that defense was ass, but keep going.
No, I said not done anything in the playoffs. I didn't say did. No. Again, for somebody who just won the Super Bowl, is just making the playoffs. Is that something? Again, I'm gonna talk my and then the floor is yours. Before this season, if the defense allowed 7 points, Jalen Hurts did not get out of that round. His previous, and so let me get back on him. He had the #1 running back in the league this year. He had two first-round wide receivers. He had a better supporting cast than anybody in the entire league. He had the #1 defensive in the league. Mm-hmm. And again, this is not on Jalen Hurts necessarily. Mm-hmm. This is bow down to Howie Roseman and whatever your owner's name is. They do a great job of gathering talent around him, to the point that Jalen Hurts can go like this: HUD 1, HUD 2. Oh, he looks open, HUD 3.
No. Because 2 years ago, Dak had a top 5 offense, top 5 defense. What happened to him? What happened to him? Kellen Moore's first year as your OC, you had a top 5 offense by DVR metrics, and you had a top. That's when what's his face? Oh boy, what's Stephon Diggs' brother's name? Had all them interceptions.
First and Diggs.
Yeah, he was gonna break Night
Diggs.
Train Lane's record. Y'all had the home game against the Packers, and what happened? So what happens when Dak had a good team? He
That
had
wasn't
everything
la-
around him.
Okay. No. Let's go back to that defense. Our defense, the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen threw the ball 9 times. They ran for 280 something yards. So don't tell me
Top
just because
5 DVOA metric. You were a top 5 defense, and you were a top 5 offense. The Commanders lit the Eagles up one week. Just because you have one bad week doesn't mean you had a good defense.
I'm
Dak had
consistently
Amari Cooper. He had CeeDee Lamb. He had prime Zeke Elliott. He had the best offensive line. And what
we
happened?
did not have prime Zeke Elliott.
Can
when
someone
we had
refresh my memory? Kellen Moore's first year as your OC. Zeke didn't run for 1,000 yards.
1,000 yards is the baseline?
That's the
Today's
baseline
NFL,
for
yeah.
running backs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore's first
NFL.
year as your OC. Zeke didn't run for 1,000 yards.
Zeke ran for 1,000 yards damn near up till 2021.
See
But Zeke
now,
has-
see now it's well Zeke. No.
No,
You
I'm
had a
telling you.
top 5 offense. Kellen Moore's first year as your OC. You had
First
a
of all,
top
let's
5
not-
defense that led the league in turnovers and scoring defense that first year. And
That
what
does-
happened?
versus the Packers? Is that what
no,
you're saying?
No, that was 2 years ago. I think you lost to the 49ers.
Well,
that
we know what
year.
happened there.
Oh, after we lit up
Yeah, we
Tom
know.
Brady?
Yeah, we know what happens to them every year in the playoffs. I'm just saying,
No.
Dak had the same thing Jalen had, and he choked in the divisional rounds. What
Dak has
you
never
talking
had
about?
the number 1 offensive line and the number 1 defensive
Okay,
line.
now we just
That's-
lying.
No,
now
I'm
we just
being-
lying.
when have-
Kellen Moore's
when have-
first year as OC. Now we just lying.
What year are you talking about?
His first
When-
year as your OC. When was Kellen Moore's first year as your OC?
It was Dak's second year because
It wasn't Dak's second year because we had Jason Garrett for like 3 or 4 years with Dak. And then we had Mike McCarthy.
You
so
know,
it had to be
we arguing.
2020.
Let's look
It
this
was-
up.
It was 20. It had to be
because
2020.
Kellen Moore was the backup to Dak, and then he was like, "I ain't gonna play," so they promised the offensive coordinator.
He was QB coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was QB coach, and I don't think he became offensive coordinator until maybe 2020. 2020, Dak's first year, and then he got injured.
2019, January 31st, 2019, he was named the OC. So we're talking about the 2019-2020 Dallas Cowboys.
And that's when Dak got hurt and was out for most of the season when he messed up his ankle. And
let's see. Last year, I beat the Seahawks in the wild card round.
oh yeah, tell me about when we allowed C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley to run for 4,000 yards on us. Was that Dak too? We wanted him in at linebacker?
No, there was one year y'all had like a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense, and you still choked.
Mm-mm.
So it sounds like Dakota is Phillip Rivers.
I wouldn't even disrespect Phillip Rivers like that because Phillip Rivers made it to the AFC Championship game and only lost because he tore his ACL in the second quarter. And he still played on that joint, so he couldn't walk.
So is Jalen Hurts better Eli Manning?
Yes. He way better than Eli.
At what?
At everything.
At every, like, yeah.
Eli
He's
Manning
not
is
better
a
than
great
Eli.
quarterback.
Shit. Who would you
Eli
take?
Manning is not a great quarterback. Only time
No, I don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
He not a Hall of Famer.
I don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame. But this is my thing is, again, I am a hater. I'm going to make sure that's clear. But I am saying that legitimately, I have to give the Eagles ownership and general manager credit because they do a great job of surrounding him with great talent to the point where he does not have to do much. There have been numerous games where Jalen Hurts has thrown the ball for 110 yards due to him having an excellent supporting cast. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he doesn't have to do much.
But that's great though. When you on time,
no, correct.
When he needs to show up, that's the point. It's not the point that he does a lot. It's like
yeah,
he needs to do
here's this Jalen Hurts bullshit that's annoying. So you rather him go out and beat Joe Burrow 320 yards and 4 touchdowns and lose?
I'm saying, can he do it? Tell me the
what
game
are y'all talking about? Like he winning? Like he's not a great quarterback. Guess what? He holding Lombardi, Dak hamstring off his leg, and if man Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert winning all these hypothetical games that they always end up losing when it matters, and Josh Allen. Give me Jalen.
I think y'all would be better if y'all had. I would call it legit if y'all had Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson playing the way they play with their teams, but insert them with Philly. Then I could work with it.
Yeah. Also, tell me what quarterback with that wouldn't do that. Kirk Cousins would get busy with that. I'm like, that's the thing.
Kirk Cousins ain't worth
Kirk
5.
Cousins would get busy with that.
See, that's just. But you know what, Justin? If I had never seen the Cowboys or anything worth talking about, I would just hate all day too. I get it, right? Like you don't know what success is like. You ain't never seen Championship Sunday. You just been hanging out your whole life. I get it. Let that hate flow. It's fine. All I know is when I need QB1 to show up, he show up and show out. Somebody got to throw that perfect ball to AJ Brown. Somebody got to throw them balls to Jahan Dotson. They shut Saquon down last week. Jalen won that with his arm.
I think Kenny Pickett could have made them same.
Nah, Kenny could have made that throw to Devontae.
I agree.
Not many quarterbacks in the league could have made that throw to Devontae.
Which one?
The dagger.
One in the end zone. Right there.
That skinny post. Yeah, ain't too many. I'd make the argument Dakota could barely throw that ball now.
Stop. If you want to don't do that.
I don't know what his leg. I don't know what his lower body strength now that his hamstring then fell off the bone. I don't know. I got to see it.
Hey, that is a wild energy.
All these. I'd rather have Lamar Jackson. All right, I'd have Lamar Jackson September to November. Talk to me in December and January.
Let's see what Jalen Hurts do after y'all done push the cap all the way down to 2029.
Yeah, the crazy thing
he actually got to be a real quarterback then.
Well, guess what?
By then he have two, 3 Super Bowls. Who give a shit, right?
I don't know about the 2-3. I don't know about the 2-3. I don't know about the 2-3.
He definitely. You know about 2-3? And listen, let's go to Kermit.
Because
y'all Chiefs fans like, oh, Mahomes is angry. Watch out, fuck him. Ain't nobody scared of Kermit. We saw what happened
all year.
We saw when he ran up against some real hitters. He running for his life.
That happened with Tampa Bay, and look what happened afterward.
Kelsey need to go home to his. He need to go be a family man.
He need to go. That's what's. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Go ahead.
We got rid of Tyreek Hill, and they thought the world gonna fall apart. And look what happened afterward. So if Kels come back and they trade him, and we flip.
What y'all getting them for? 3 bags of chips and a Taylor Swift CD?
We got DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of chips.
Hey, you know who would trade for Travis Kelce? Jerry Jones.
No, he would.
Jerry Jones, yeah, he would.
Yeah,
he don't trade for nobody.
Jerry Jones, goofy ass, looking at him right now.
He don't trade for people.
Them old linemen for Kelce. I put it like this. Pat get some blockers, which they gonna do because the line was trashed against Brady.
The line was terrible.
They got it better. So all he need 1-2 blockers, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Okay, Jalen Carter didn't even get busy. That's the scary thing. Jalen Carter didn't really get busy like that. Then was that was the depth pieces that went after Mahomes and got his ass. Milton Williams, the backup D tackle.
We got
Alex Hunt is a 3rd round pick who was a safety 2 years ago. Now he had D lineman sacking Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Bro, we had 3 people playing that should have been playing on the line, and one of them was not.
And Max Crosby on the way.
Well, I mean, we routinely beat his ass with the people we had, so I don't want to get hype on him. He ain't where
Max Crosby on the way. Where?
Max Crosby gonna be Eagle, and it's gonna be Nolan Smith and Max Crosby setting edge, and Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis stopping him.
Why y'all fitting to get him?
Do you not know who you talking to?
No.
Do you not know who you talking about?
Forget that. Max Crosby gonna be in Dallas. No, not Max Crosby. Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is gonna be in DC. Myles Garrett gonna be in DC.
So what's gonna happen is they're gonna trade Parsons for 2 first-round picks and somebody else. I seen the trade
DK Metcalf.
Myles Garrett said he wanted to go to a contender. He don't want to go to Dallas.
He don't want to go to Dallas.
He don't want to be around no frauds. He don't want to be around no frauds.
But
it's
you
okay.
put
Get
that.
He's going to Dallas. I want them tax breaks.
Hey, Dr. J, how many Super Bowls Trent Dilfer got?
One with the Ravens.
Okay, so anybody
Dr. J, how many Super Bowls Dak got? How many championship appearances does Dak have?
What you count those participation
the same amount TJ got sitting right
how many playoff wins Dak got in his career? 2? Jalen got 3 this year.
Woo. Look at his defense.
He had one last year.
You act like
2 years ago he had 2.
You act like playoff wins are
Jay Daniels got 2. That awful defense that Jonathan Gannon had 2 years ago, Jalen won 2 playoff games to get the Super Bowl. He done doubled Dak stats, and Dak been in the league 10 years.
Who did he play to get to the Super Bowl?
He didn't play y'all because you ain't make it.
To the Giants.
It could have been you, but y'all didn't make it. But y'all decided to lose in Minnesota that year. That's the year you lost in Minnesota.
You talk like Dak ain't beat y'all.
How you talking big shit? You can't even make it.
How many times y'all beat Dak? How many times y'all beat Dak?
How you talking big shit? You can't even make it.
How many times have you beat Dak? You want to talk about Dak? How many times have y'all beat Dak?
See, you care about September.
How many times have y'all beat Dak?
I don't know.
Watch your computer. Look it up.
Let's look it
up. You talk like y'all just beat Dak.
Because that's what y'all hang your hat on. Dak in the NFC East is amazing, but come January,
you talking about what Dak got this, Dak got that. How many times y'all beat
Hank, you know what? I think they give rings for beating the Eagles in the regular season.
Don't skip the question.
I think they give rings for that. Hang the banner. Call Jerry and say we beat the Eagles in the regular season. Hang the banner.
Crazy as if it's a cakewalk every time you play Dak. It's not. Y'all don't win.
Hang the banner. NFC East record. Dak Prescott. That's gonna get him in the Hall of Fame. When the writers are in the room talking about Hall of Fame quarterbacks, it's going to be, why is Dak in Hall of Fame? Well, he beat the NFC East. He is 12-7 against the NFC East. That's a Hall of Fame career.
I'm saying you talking about it like you beat Dak. Here, dog. Do you beat Dak?
Let's beat Dak? Let's see.
No.
Oh man.
Let's see. Let's see, Dak. This is what you hang your hat on.
9-4. I already know the answer because I know.
Okay, 9-4. So what's that? What against the Eagles?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's do a little. What's that? What win percentage is that?
Talking about
9-4 is a horrible percentage.
What? Won 9 games and lost 4 times.
Yeah.
What's up? He's played them 13 times and won 9 of them.
How's
that horrible?
All right. Like Dak has a 69% win percentage against the Eagles. Woo! Hang the banner, Jerry. Get that banner ready.
Y'all don't see.
See, you worried about
I'm not worried about it.
If that's the highlight of Dak's career, I'm happy for you.
That's not the highlight of Dak's career.
If that's what help you sleep at night, good for you.
Doesn't. I'm saying you talk about it as if it's some cakewalk and Dak ain't this and Dak ain't that. He sure beat y'all.
Dak ain't shit.
He sure beat y'all. Then y'all ain't shit either.
You know what? If he healthy enough to stay around to play us,
correct.
We'll see.
That's what y'all better hope. That the only time y'all win the division is when Dak hurt.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just want to see y'all next year in the AFC Championship game playing each other.
Because I want to see.
I'm going to show up live for that.
Well, maybe the NFL make a special rule for Jerry to just put the Cowboys because for some reason they can't get through the divisional round. So maybe Jerry can talk to Roger and be like, "Hey guys, can you at least put give him a double bye so they can show up in the NFC Championship game." Yeah, do that for that.
Hey,
I'd appreciate that.
Y'all coordinator going to coach the Saints though, right?
Yeah, he going to the Saints. Kellen Moore is the new OC of the Saints.
But that's another thing. Hurston, this is what, 9th offensive coordinator?
He's had a new offensive coordinator every year since college.
Good.
And he still won the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Yeah, what a great defense.
Defense need credit to win the Super Bowl.
That's true.
I mean, the defense needs credit. Y'all didn't win the Super Bowl. Y'all had Chris Jones had to get some stops for y'all to get the ball back.
We give him his credit.
But this is one of the first Super Bowls I've seen how well the Chiefs defense played, and they still lost by almost 40.
Sold out to stop Saquon, and Jalen still beat them.
No.
That's not the case.
That's not the case?
Saquon
okay. Revisionist history?
This is what
happened. It happened last week.
Jawan Taylor failed us. The right tackle that they could never get the right placement. That position failed us. That means you got to move the left guard to left tackle, and then you got to put a backup. Basically, we got 3 offensive linemen that won the game for y'all. That's who won the game.
Is that my problem? That y'all can't develop offensive linemen like we can?
No, that's not what I said. I'm just trying to get you to understand that Jalen Hurt is not who you think he is.
Correct. Tell him, Dr. J.
That's all I'm saying.
I know he threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1.
You can't even call that a run. He got pushed in for no. He's at the 1 yard.
Stop it. Y'all out here talking about the tush push ain't real. It score points.
Stop saying he ran.
It score points.
Then he got pushed in.
Them 6 points don't matter if you get pushed in from the 1 or run from the 20.
Saquon touch on his booty and got into the end zone.
Next thing you're gonna tell me Ben Wallace and Angel Reese is actually good at basketball. That's what you're gonna tell me.
6 is 6. 6 is 6 if you run from the 1 or if you run from the 20. All I know is Spags sold out. Spags dared Jalen to beat him with his arm, and he did.
Jalen had 90% of his field was at the 30-yard line because
so he's oh man, I'm so feel bad because defense got stopped.
No, I ain't say feel bad.
What are we doing here?
Hey,
I know. There's only 2 people who can say their QB has won Super Bowl MVP.
Well, father.
The other two niggas ain't even seen the championship game.
Well, father.
Well, I take myself out there running. We don't really be competing.
So, before we got on, you were saying that the real Birds gonna show up next year. I ain't forget that.
Yeah, next year.
Next year?
We ain't got there yet.
Oh, okay. We ain't got to next year yet.
We talking about the past. We don't really be competing.
Hey,
but next year though, next year's a whole new year.
Okay.
I mean, well, we can find out, man. I got a feeling it's gonna be KC against Eagles again.
Yep.
Rubber match.
It's gonna be the rubber match. I'll be waiting.
I'm be waiting too.
I'm gonna be waiting.
We gonna make it if they don't make some good moves.
Okay, can I ask another hating question? Because
go ahead, get that hate out.
Has Patrick Mahomes legitimately been the same quarterback since I think he threw the first, I think he threw like 50-something touchdowns? Because to be completely honest with you, I think Pat Mahomes has been, his offensive weapons have not been like that since Tyreek left. But I just don't think that Pat has been throwing them crazy number of touchdowns. He's been really, again, Patrick is still like that, but I just really don't feel like Pat has been like the Pat Mahomes of we throwing 50 touchdowns and like that. So again, I don't know if that's necessarily a hating question, more of just like a question, because if you look at his numbers throughout the years, it's pedestrian. 30 touchdowns, 11 or 12 picks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
but defense do with that. I mean, people
go back.
It's film study.
2 years ago, we top 5 in drop passes, right? In the last couple of years, the O line been on a steady decline. That's what you seeing. Like he ain't got time to throw. Like it's a struggle on Madden. You got to every time you drop back, they back there. You seen them? You know what I mean? Like
I just think that's a testament to his greatness.
Come on, somebody.
I think that's just how great he is.
I think it's a testament to Spags, to be completely honest with you, because when he won that Super Bowl versus the Eagles, I think that Eagles, to honestly, were a play away.
That was Jonathan Gannon's fault in that defense. That one,
And then you think about it versus, like, for example, Jalen Hurts was cooking Patty in that first Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden he had this fumble where the defense said, appreciate you, picked it up and took it to the Baja, right? And then I think he either, and then I don't know if it was the Eagles game where he threw a pick and then the defense was like, man, we got you, chill out, and came right out the next possession and got the ball back, right? So I think, to be completely honest with you, I think the way that Patty has been playing has been like all right, but I think it's the total team effort of like the defense really like shutting stuff down. Because if Patty hadn't had a decent defense over these last couple of years, I don't really think that he would have been able to make it to the Super Bowl. And
again, so you'll say that, and then in the next breath be like, "Oh, Jalen ass because he got a good defense." Like, so which one is it?
I play Jalen. We play Jalen twice.
So which one is it? No, you just said just now that because of Pat's defense, like that helped him get to the Super Bowl and carry him to the Super Bowl. But 10 minutes ago, you were saying, "Oh, I don't take Jalen serious because he had a great defense." So which one is it? Like, do we credit the defense or do we discredit the defense?
No. Pat has been to the Super Bowl 5 times. He's been to the AFC Championship, damn near
7 times.
7 times. So my thing is, again, yes, it's a compliment, but for the first couple of years, Kansas City's defense really won't all that. They have transitioned to being fairly good. Whenever the Eagles defense has been some shit, Jalen Hurts has done nothing.
That 2022 Eagles defense was bottom 20 in DVOA, and they still made it to the Super Bowl. Like, what are you talking about?
What about
that 2022 Super Bowl defense was terrible.
But I don't think Jalen carried them though. Like they were running the
ball.
Who
carried them then? Who carried that team?
The O-line.
Who carried that team? That defense wasn't good. They were sack merchants. That was the year Hassan Reddick went off. Devontae, that was AJ Brown's first year, 1,200 yards receiving. Who threw him the ball? Jesus?
Play action.
Devontae Smith, 1,000 yards that season. Who
here
threw
we go.
him the ball?
I got you. Hey, no, here we go. You want to know. The verse in the divisional, y'all had the number 1 seed. Jalen Hurts threw for 16 times for 16 for 24, 154 yards.
How many touchdowns?
He had, it says 2 touchdowns. Probably one was a push tush. Next one, NFC Championship. He threw for 15 for 25. He threw for 121 yards. versus San Fran. And that was also the same year where y'all knocked out, y'all played Daniel Jones, who is a white running back. Then y'all played Joe Johnson at quarterback after, again, that ain't Jalen Hurts' fault that y'all knocked the hell out of them other quarterbacks when y'all knocked Purdy out and then whoever the second string was. So he was playing James Jingleheimer Schmidt at quarterback and only threw 421 yards. That's what I'm saying. It's like you acting like Jalen Hurts is throwing for 400 yards and due to compensate for the fact they didn't have a defense.
But why does that matter when he wins? Y'all say shit like this, and then Joe Burrow will go out and do that and lose by 15. It's like, oh, man, who cares? He wins. That's all he does. He wins.
Nah, he got.
That's it. That's all he does is win.
Nah, he got to get some stats. We need some stats.
We don't need stats. We need dubs. Ask Justin, would you rather have dubs or you want to have Dak stats? All right, then. So what we talking about? What y'all talking about? Because Jalen won.
We want dubs and stats, man.
Yeah, I'm with Dr. J.
Okay, well then go to Cincinnati. Go ask Cincinnati what they won. Go ask Josh Allen what he won. Ask Josh Allen, do he want the MVP or do he want that Super Bowl MVP? Which one he want?
Dubs and the stats.
His DEI MVP.
It's possible. It's possible.
If it was possible, it'd be done.
It will be done.
Ask Patty.
You gonna see it?
No.
Patty, outside of Patty, the greatest quarterback ever. Dak get all them empty calories, and where does it lead him?
It's not
Justin Herbert get all them empty calories. Where does it lead him?
Y'all need to stop.
Lamar Jackson get all those empty calories. Where does it get him?
It's not empty calories. Y'all act like that.
Josh Allen get all them empty calories. Where does it lead him?
You make it
all these elite, the big four. Everybody keep talking about. Other than Patty, who got something to talk about? What Lamar do in January? What Lamar Jackson do in Baltimore against Patty?
It wasn't Lamar's fault. That was
piss on himself. What Josh Allen do in Arrowhead? He pissed on himself. What Joe Burrow be doing? Pissing on himself.
Nah, he be beating Patty.
Who look Patrick? He be at the crib. No, he don't. He beat him in October. He don't beat him in January.
He be at the crib.
Who looked Patty Mahomes dead in his eye and won the Super Bowl?
The Eagles defense.
No. Yep. Jalen Hurts.
Yep. They the ones that looked right.
It was
Eagles.
That's all we had.
All right, y'all keep racking up your 4,000-yard seasons, your 40 touchdowns. You can have all that. I know come January where QB1 gonna be.
Hey, that's
showing his ass.
Hey, Alabama, man, and we never know anything.
Jalen Hurts gonna finish his career with 700 rushing touchdowns with a total of 703 yards.
Okay.
All of them gonna be from the 1 yard line.
At this point, Justin, at this point, whose career would you rather have?
Jalen Hurts
or Jalen? All right, then. So shut that. Exactly. Shut that noise down. You out here talking about stats. Your quarterback can't get out of the divisional round.
All right, but we talking
about your head coach is Brian Schottenheimer. Boy,
stop acting like Nick Sirianni was a household name before you even go there. Was he? Was he?
All I know is Nick won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Nick ain't won the Super Bowl.
Oh, now we discounting. All right, man.
Yeah, I'm discounting Nick. Stop acting like Brian Schottenheimer. I'm not hype about him, but let's not act like you was doing backflips.
Name the last Schottenheimer that did anything good in the league.
Nick Sirianni. You said nigga who? That's exactly what you said.
And I was wrong.
Nick Sirianni. All right, then we're gonna be wrong too.
Yo, Schottenheimer gonna be shot. Yeah, I doubt it. All right, you keep pitching your wagon to
just
Dakota.
As much information about Schottenheimer as you knew about Nick Sirianni.
All I know is you can make all the plans in the world for you after January 10th because that's when the Cowboy season usually ends. You can do whatever you want. Like, you can.
Don't be unhealthy. Y'all had everything go your way. Don't be unhealthy.
Oh, I'm supposed to be sad because we have a decent training staff.
That has nothing.
Eagles are always consistently healthy. You don't hear about no season-ending injuries in Philadelphia. Since Jalen started, who been out for long extended periods of time?
Y'all DN, what's his name? Graham? He been out for a while.
He tore his triceps and then he came back for the Super Bowl.
I thought you said they don't have extended injuries.
He's 36 years old.
What that mean?
He's 36. When you ever hear about AJ Brown?
What about Lane Johnson was out for a minute, wasn't it?
With a concussion.
Nah,
I'm talking like season ending. You don't hear about that shit in Philadelphia. You don't hear about
when the Kobe Dean at.
You don't. That's one.
Oh, okay.
But you don't hear about no more hamstring falling off the bone.
That ain't. Dak then had the most unlucky injury, and we ain't heard about niggas' foots doing 360s in the air either. So yes, like,
Well, that ain't my problem.
Uh,
My
all right, let's talk
problem.
about something else.
My problem is
Go ahead,
how we need
TJ.
a bigger trophy case
To hold house
Good luck.
to hold 2 Super Bowls.
to
Y'all
make
can put
room
that
to
in
make to make
y'all can
room
put
for
them
more.
in a blue
And
tub.
TJ, I know you ain't laughing.
Hey,
I know you not laughing.
I'm just saying.
You had the Lombardi in your hand.
28-3.
28-3. Did you listen to the mic'd up when the Chiefs player was like, it's just like 28-3. Nah, buddy. We aren't the Falcons.
Good enough for you, but I mean,
We don't blow leads up here in Philadelphia.
Didn't Pat Mahomes still come back by 20 last time? So it was a possibility.
No, he was down by 10 in 2020. He was down by 10 at halftime.
It felt like 20.
It won no 28-3 going into the third, mid-third at that.
Not because we were stupid. That was the coaching. Because they were scared to run the ball. That was all coaching.
That was all coaching?
Yeah. That was all coaching.
Scene.
Anytime you decide to throw the ball when you've been running the ball all night to stop the damn clock and give them more time, that's stupid. Well, run the ball and kick the field goal. You're never in that situation.
Sound like this, it sounds like stuff that only happened to the Falcons to me.
It is. You're 100% right. And look, and then you do about it now. But anyway, on to some lighter news. Luka in the city of lights. We belong. The only thing about that though is I saw something. He lost $22 million in taxes because of that.
He lost $100 million because of he was in line for the Supermax.
Well, no, I'm talking about but that's he ain't got that money yet. He will lose $22 million next year in taxes from going from Dallas to LA.
He gonna get it back.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka gonna make sure he all right.
He get it back. And also they said as far as Luka losing money, they said he could just sign like a 2 or 3 year deal this year and then wait till he hit his 10-year and then he'll be eligible for that. So he ain't technically he lost what, as TJ and I would say, present value money. He ain't lose no future value money just yet. But what I want to know is from a Dallas Mavericks fan perspective, is there any legitimate justification, regardless of if you want to win now, in your mind to trade a 25-year-old superstar in order, like, no, okay, let me ask this question a little different. If y'all win a championship in the next 2 years, was the trade worth it?
No.
Okay.
I don't think
they're not gonna win a championship next 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think they will either, TJ. But
with who?
I don't think they will. I mean, it's a good roster if healthy, but that's the biggest if health. That's carrying all the weight if healthy. Kyrie 35, 80, 32. You still got PJ Washington. You still got Derek Lively, who has a broken foot right now. You still got Daniel Gafford. Like, it's a good roster, but they got to be healthy. No, there's no. I don't think he calculated how much we loved Luka.
Yeah, death threats actually.
Yeah, I've never, and I think I told Dr. J this. Like, I understand why the Klan hates black people. I've never hated a black man more in my life. I have never hated a brother so much in my life than Nico, because you don't do that. Luka was ours, and you traded him.
Yeah.
And not only did you trade him, you called him fat on the way out. You said he don't play defense. It wasn't like Luka was like, "Hey dog, I'm not signing that Supermax," or Luka was being a distraction. It was just, I just think he fat. I think he lazy, and I don't want him here anymore.
But how much was that maybe the direction from his ownership though?
There's a reason Nico told absolutely no one but the owner.
Yeah.
Like he went like, yeah, I didn't even tell Jason Kidd. Jason was like, yeah, I don't know anything.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jason would have slapped that nigga, and he should have.
That's some Jerry Jones thing. I'm just gonna trade for this player and not tell nobody and be like, well, I just did it. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm a basketball free agent. I can't watch any more Mavericks basketball, man. Like, that broke my soul.
Sacrifices.
Like, I love Luka. I hope Luka. Like, I hate the Lakers, but I want to see Luka succeed.
Dang.
Like, it's like watching LeBron on the Lakers. Like, I love LeBron.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
But like, I love Luka. Like, I hope Luka wins multiple championships.
I think the thing that just kind of confused me so much is just like, why at 25? If he was 30, like, I'd be like, okay.
And I also think they didn't want to pay him that Supermax. Because then you're in salary cap hell. Because now you can't buy championships now because of the aprons, right? That second apron is a hard cap. Like the tax after going over the second apron. So you pay Luka a supermax, you can't build a team around that. And I think you're going to start seeing that more with these guys who start approaching those. How much was
only
Luka?
for small market teams, because big market teams don't care about that second apron.
Nah, I mean, no.
It's the tax penalty for the owners.
The tax penalty that's no one's gonna want to pay that.
They gonna pay it.
Nah, you see, Joe Lacob broke up that Warriors team.
Yeah,
all right.
And he bought multiple championships.
If they think about making
Genie Bus not gonna pay that luxury tax.
All right.
Like this CBA was bargained in mind that the Warriors can never happen again.
Oh, really?
Because Joe Lacob paid that luxury tax. Was like, I don't care. I'm winning championships.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum went to that negotiating. It was like, the Warriors can never happen again.
That CJ McCollum did?
Yeah, CJ McCollum was he's the player rep. So he was representing the players.
For CP3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he the one that messed it up.
Yes. Because you can't buy championships no more.
See now we got revenue sharing and everybody just don't care to win. They just want to make some money.
They just want to make money. So now front offices have to be more strategic. That's why OKC looks so great right now. Because you got all in players, you got all in picks. So when it's time to pay Shea, all right, whatever, we can go get another young superstar on a contract because we got all the picks in the world. That's what Danny Ainge trying to do in Utah, but ain't nobody going to Utah.
I wish they would just let us have Walker Kessler, and this whole Williams saga could have been avoided. I'm almost wondering. I'm with the Lakers. I'm wondering if Rob and then was like, "Oh crap, we paid too much. We already stole Luka. Tell them we don't want him no more."
Rob. I like the trade is so bad. I think Nico was a sleeper agent. Like I think Nico was sent on behalf of Nike to get Luka to LA. I swear to God. That's the only thing that makes sense. That Nico was a sleeper agent, and all he had to do was get Luka to LA. That's all you gotta do, man.
I'm mad we gave y'all Max Christie though. I really liked him.
Dog, it's Luka Doncic. Who cares what you have to give up? It's Luka.
No, again, I get it. I thought y'all should have gotten Austin Reeves too for Luka.
No, hell no. I don't want no Austin. We're not trading white for white. That's insane.
Y'all had to get the color back.
We had to get something. Ain't no white for white. Nah.
Y'all trade us 3 whites and we gave y'all 2.
There's only one white superstar in the league.
Jokic.
2. I forgot about Joker.
That's what we want. We don't want no Luka.
Nah,
I think
Denver.
The trade was fair though, honestly, because both of them neither one of them gonna play. AD already hurt. Luka will be hurt next.
Nah.
Nobody gonna win the championship.
Luka.
He just making some money. Like Luka started put on TV around the world with LeBron for the last 10 minutes of his career. Lakers need to clean all this stuff out, man. That's everything from the front office down. Jenny need to get out the way. Redick need to go. LeBron need to go. Bronny got to go.
What JJ do to you?
Yeah,
you know what he did. You know what he did.
You already know what he did.
You already know what he did.
So he definitely got to go.
He got to go.
Yeah, I mean,
can Rob stay? Can Rob stay?
Rob had to go too, man.
He just did the biggest heist ever. Hell yeah, he can stay. Give him an extension,
man. Look, we need. What was the boy? Well, he probably too old now though. We need Mr. West back.
He gone.
Police in the league. I know he dead. You see what I'm saying? That's our problem. The folk that had the legal right is in the grave. Dr. Bus and Mr. West. So we just down bad.
Oh no, Jerry across the hall in LA. He with the Clippers.
See, the Clippers getting a new stadium.
I thought Jerry West was dead.
Trash.
Is Jerry West dead?
Yes.
No, Jerry West still alive.
No, I'm pretty sure. Clippers. He worked for the Clippers.
Yeah, he worked for the Clippers.
He got one foot in the grave.
That's a damn shame.
Hey man, look, man. The league.
No, I think Jerry West is dead. I think Justin Wright.
He died June 12th, 2020.
Yeah. How about to say, I think Justin Wright, he is dead. Yeah.
Y'all trying to.
Who did he work for the Clippers then?
He did. He worked for the Clippers before he died.
Oh. And then I thought he went somewhere else. Did he not go with
I know he worked for the Clippers. I don't know where he went after that. Golden State, didn't
Golden State for a while, yeah.
Golden State.
Yeah, he went to Golden State and then he went to the Clippers.
Yeah, I knew he join me, Danny Ocean. NBA free agent.
Nah, I need. Yeah, it's definitely an NBA free agent, but I love Luka. I want to see.
Hey, just
Luka.
Follow him. Follow him like people.
I will never wear the purple and gold. Never.
You ain't gotta wear it. Just follow. Just chill.
I wouldn't. I just love Luka. I want Luka to be successful.
And
like I want Luka to come to Dallas. I want Luka to play Dallas in the playoffs, preferably the Western Conference Finals, win it in Dallas, and then call Nico the N-word. Like that's what I
On the
want.
way out.
Like take that nigga. Like
don't call him Nico. Call him
trade
Nico.
that. Yeah. Oh no, I said Nico. Nah, dog. I know what you said. Trade that nigga. You know, like that's what I want.
Yeah.
Look him dead in the eye and call him the N-word. I'll let that slide.
Hey, you gonna give me a Black History Month pass?
I don't care though. How dare you, Nico? No, I'm kidding. White people shouldn't say the N-word ever. They deserve to be punched in the mouth. But I hope Luka has his amnesty that moment.
Yeah.
Against Nico.
No, that's funny. That is funny.
Showtime Lakers. What can we say?
Oh, like he fat and out of shape, but that pass against Utah the other night, like the pump fake and then around the head to the man in the corner. Like, come on, man. Like the Mavericks are built off that. Like Derek Lively's value now goes down. Daniel Gafford's value goes down because they just caught lobs. Kyrie can't throw those lobs.
AD though.
AD can't
big man
throw
to big man.
Nah, he can't throw them like Luka. Like Luka could throw it half court. He can throw it from one basket to the other.
That Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just it's heartbreaking.
All right. Well, since the Lakers gonna be on top of the West very shortly, let's
I don't know about all that, but
some more, I guess, grown-up business. Mr. Justin.
Yes, sir.
Help us with our taxes. What are some tax suggestions? Any loopholes we need to take advantage of?
Yeah. I would say when it comes to taxes is, again, we know, again, at pretty much every year basis, if your salary doesn't change, you know where your taxable, what your tax rate is, right? How much is owed in taxes, right? So you can technically go on like the IRS website, pull up what your, technically your tax bracket is to know what you're gonna have to pay for federal. I would say some tax loopholes. Again, just my opinion, I would always say you're not really gonna get any tax breaks unless a couple things, unless you got dependents, unless you are married, or unless you own a type of business, whether that's an S corp partnership or sole proprietorship. Like those are pretty much the three major ways that you are going to get a tax write-off, right? I'd say everybody should own a business. To what level it has to be is, kind of up to your choosing. I was mentioning to you guys earlier that on your taxes, you do not have to have I want to say documented LLC, as far as you don't have to have your articles of organization, your EIN, in order to file a business on your LLC. You can only do it for 3 years. And then after that, the government will be like, hey, yo, we need some of our money. Right. And then you would have to file paperwork to get an LLC. What are some of the benefits of having a business is, depending upon your business, if you make money, then you are able to write off some of your expenses. I believe in most things and most businesses, you have to at least make about, I believe $300 in order for you to start receiving some type of write-offs. So for me personally, one that I like is real estate, because to me, that one is just crazy, the amount of write-offs and different things that you can do in order to offset some of your income. And when I mean offset your income, let's use Danny Ocean for a change. Let's say he makes $100,000 a year, right? He has a house, he has tenants in it, and he made $10,000 a year in revenue, but his expenses were, let's say, $15,000, right? You were able to write off the loss of $5,000. So now Danny Ocean's taxable income is $95,000. Why is that beneficial? Because you've been paying taxes on $100,000 the whole year, and now your taxable income is only $95,000. So in return, you probably, depending upon, where you're at in the tax rate schedule, is going to say that you overpaid, which in return can cause you to get a refund. You know what I mean? So just kind of simply put, but it's also, again, it's also good to have a business just for the sake of being able to get additional income and revenue and just all the different kind of cool things that it'll do for your tax liability. But that's just kind of a quick thing. Y'all got any questions?
What's the easiest way to go from one tax bracket to another, especially if you're right there on the edge of one?
Get some write-offs, whether that's a charitable contribution, like you giving money. I don't know if you guys knew it, but tithing is a charitable contribution. So that's a way. I'm not saying you should give your money to the Lord in hopes of return of a tax break, but that, that is a tax break. I would say have another child, maybe a little bit more expensive up front, but it will drop you down the tax bracket. I don't know. I don't know if the pros outweigh the cons, but that'll get you, if you're right there on the edge, to get you to drop down a little bit. I would say buy a property. Again, a lot more money up front, but the tax breaks, depending upon what you do for the property. For example, if you like flip a home and you have to make a bunch of home improvements or added value updates to your house, that is a tax write-off for 27 and a half years that you can depreciate it. So that could drop you down. Some cool things about the rental property thing is you could do something called almost like an expedited depreciation, where you can take instead of having depreciation over 27 and a half years, you can take it in 1 year, which is a huge tax break. But, depending upon if you sell the property that next year, you're going to have to pay all that quote unquote depreciation that you took. That's going to be almost be counted as like income on your schedule C the next year. So just a couple different things you can do.
It sounds like how Jerry Jones doing his running backs. Appreciate that value.
Yeah, and then continue to keep them at the depreciated level when they should be discarded. Yeah, we love to do. I guess what are some of y'all's, when it comes to, I don't know if you guys do your own taxes, or when it comes to taxes, I guess what do y'all feel is difficult or painful, I guess, when it comes to doing taxes? Is it understanding your W-2, understanding what tax bracket you're in, understanding why you may owe or why you receive a refund? I guess
It's painful.
What would you say?
When you look at how much tax you don't pay all year,
and
that's the problem. I'm out here paying other people's salaries. God dang
it. That difference, but Justin, that gross pay and that take home be hurting you, boy. God.
Yeah, every time. So Justin, how can someone get in contact with you if they want you to look at their taxes?
That's a great question. I am working with a company called Washington Tax Elite, and I have a specific link that if you would like me to even just look at your taxes, as far as do a free quote, you don't have to say, all right, I ain't trying to pay. What's your fee? What's your rate? Just send it to me. If you like what your return is, you can decide to move forward with me, and I have a link. It will be in my bio after this, because I've been told by TJ and other people that the link that I tried to post on my page ain't work, and it is much easier to kind of put it in my bio. But
we'll put it down below in the comments as well, so it'll be an easy way to find it.
And where can they find you on Instagram to find your bio?
JHey4 on Instagram.
Wait, I just noticed the 4. I know that ain't a reference to who I think it's in reference to.
I wouldn't say that. It could be for my family of 4.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yes, because you have a family of 4.
Hey, that's how you pivot, fellas. That's how you pivot. Don't ever let them back you into a corner. Just trying to be.
Do you have any suggested books or info that people could look up to help better their knowledge on the tax system, different ways to improve their overall livelihood?
I wouldn't necessarily say in taxes, there are going to be so many different resources, like, and most of them are online to kind of for like quick guide questions. But I would say as a overall kind of financial mindset book, I would say Rich Dad Poor Dad, um, because I truly that's probably one of my favorite books because I just feel like it teaches you how to look at financial things or just life in different ways. And I remember the biggest one um that I took is I always thought, in the beginning when everybody says buy a house, and they tell you it's an asset, but it's actually a liability. Right, like you can, and people go, "Oh, well, how is it a liability if I'm making payments and I have ownership?" Is because, to be honest with you, you'll never own your house. You'll always have to pay personal property taxes, and an asset is something that is something that you can derive income from. And if you're just using your house as a means of living, then it can technically not be classified as an asset. So I guess do y'all I'm speaking more so to Danny Ocean, Dr. J. Do y'all know the difference between an asset and a liability?
Yeah.
Yes.
Said
Okay.
you making money off of it.
Yeah.
So, man. But I did read about like if you put your house or your property in the business name, you get to skate around some of that personal property tax. Like if you got it in a trust or a nonprofit.
Yeah,
But
again, I think that's, to be honest with you, it's more so how that's structured, right? Because some loan, like for example, if you got your housing loan as like maybe an FHA or conventional, or maybe a TJ, what's the other one? For veterans. Um,
Um, what you call? I know you're talking about.
yeah, dang, I can't even think of it right now.
It's not
Um,
VA.
yes, VA loan.
Yeah.
So loans like that are technically our owner occupied homes, right? So the moment that you transfer, quote unquote, the deed of the house into a business or LLC, there are some clauses in your contract that are called due at sale. And so if you transition into a non-owner occupied home, they can say, I appreciate you, Danny Ocean. We're gonna need that full payment today.
mm,
And if you don't, they could technically foreclose on you.
Mm.
So you want to be kind of careful when you do those things. Like you can technically, like when you were mentioning the trust, and TJ, jump in if I'm wrong here, you can technically still put your property in a trust, but still under your name, meaning that you don't that the trust is quote unquote the owner of the asset, and it's just kind of tucked away in like a nice little little safe place.
Yeah.
So as far
Well,
go ahead.
what I was gonna say is those avenues of doing things like that are mostly for after you pay your house off.
Mhm.
It's not necessary for why you should have a mortgage or any type of loans against your house. So those things are great, like especially if you're older and you've already paid your house off and you want to put it in a true trust. So when you're giving it to your kids and stuff like that, it's a lot easier than being willed to them.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, you also if you want to do like the nonprofit thing, most likely if you paid your house off, just skate around some of those taxes. There's a lot of things you can do. Nonprofit, if you have enough acres, you could put a couple of animals on it, get it.
Agriculture.
Yeah, agricultural like farmland, a lot less taxes. But um, that or if, depending on the county you live in, you bury somebody on it. Cemetery. Then you actually don't have to pay those state property taxes at all.
So
Yeah.
that's what Trump did in Mar-a-Lago, didn't he? Like he
Yeah,
moved
to his ex.
yeah,
Mhm.
he buried them.
Yeah.
Listen, what's the one house is about Odie? You said it's a museum.
Yeah, but a museum has to fall in a historic district and has to meet a bunch of different things, which kind of sucks because a lot of stuff by code, it is hard to do work on those type of homes. So it probably won't be as the best home to live in, to be honest.
Yeah, rent it out for stuff and like
Mhm.
events and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, and wills and trusts are more so for estate afterlife planning and stuff like that. Like you and again, I think with the trust thing, I think it's also smart to have like a life insurance policy inside of that trust. So when so when you pass away, it could pay off the house. Right. Like I know kind of like one of my wife and I's ideas is we're gonna continue buying property, but once we kind of get closer to that night age, we're gonna start trying to like take out some of the equity. We're gonna start trying to take out some of the equity because debt is free. Like you don't pay taxes on debt. And so we could pull out all the equity and have life insurance policies that after we pass, it knocks out the mortgage. So now our kids get the house technically debt free.
Yeah, and it's best to start getting those policies now. They're a lot cheaper to get them when you're younger. A lot cheaper. So even if you're not using them, but if you get 3 or 4 policies just for future benefit, do it. And do it while you're healthy. I mean, as soon as you get an ailment, that should go through the roof as well. So if you got the extra cash laying around, get the extra, even if just a couple $100 here, not a couple $100,000 here and there, it will add up at the end of the day. So
Don't take that junk to check before you even see it.
exactly.
You know you missed. That's how they take your money for that IRS the first time anyway. Man, that's the raise I need, man. Just let me get my gross pay. Shoot.
Another idea, what I was floating around with my head that I kind of seen one of my coworkers do. Your 401k, right? It's a max of what is it? 38,000, 40,000 you can put in per year.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, right? So
yeah,
what they
20,
do,
I think it's 23.5 or something like that. 24.
24. Yeah, so $24,000 a year. They built their 401k up enough where they can take a $24,000 loan out, which is tax free, and to repay it is tax free because non-taxable income. You repay it, and so they take the loan about at the beginning of the year, and then just send their check to their 401k to repay it. So they get if it's untaxable, so they get the 24 up front, and then they just live off. So it's like having all that money up front.
I see what you said.
Wait. Say that again.
I'm with you, but run it back. But I'm with you though.
Ooh, I like that.
So you build your 401k up enough that where you can take your max loan out of the much you can contribute. And Justin went away, but so you take the loan out because you can't get taxed on a loan. It's like it's not taxable.
All right.
You pay your loan back during the year with your actual check. Your deduction is based off your pre-tax, so you're not taxed on it. So you're not getting that. So your check, your weekly or bi-weekly check is zero, but you're basically just putting it back into your own. You already have your $24,000 up front. So if you're good with managing money and doing things like that, like living off of the cash you have on hand, you save yourself $24,000 in taxable income every year.
I got you. I got you. Okay.
I like that's a move right there,
man. Yeah.
But Arthur, how many loans can you take out of one 401k though, right? Because you can't take unlimited loans, right? You can only do it twice.
Well, it's usually it's how many loans you can take out at one time. Most likely you only can take a lot of 401k stuff. You only can take 2 at one time, but it has to be for 2 different reasons. So that I know, like when mine is set up, I can take out a personal loan and I can take out something to do with like a home loan. Okay. Like if I got doing like a home renovation or something, I can take the second one out for like something to do with your real estate. But you can't. Most of the time, you can't take them more than 2 at a time. Most likely, it's not. You can take them out as long as you want. Yeah, and it's the payback period as well. Most time, you don't want the max payback period is 7 years, so you don't want to go past that. But your goal is to do it per year, so you're doing it for a 1-year thing.
Yeah. That's such a smart way to avoid like technically taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And depending upon how much you have in your 401k, they'll let you take up to almost 50% of what your vested balance is.
Yeah.
So depending upon, you can almost take out your salary if your 401k is hitting the way, you know what I mean?
But his kids are getting it built up first.
Yeah, that is that. The go. Don't too many people start doing that because they're gonna put an end to that. Oof.
Well, your boy saying he want to get rid of all of it, and he say he want to get rid of the income tax, the IRS, and do like the ERS, let it all come from tariffs and whatnot. He said a lot of stuff, so let me not open
Hey, yo.
that.
Hey, look, whatever he said this time, this man said, I ain't got nothing to hold me back. I'm doing whatever I want. Hey, y'all, look, don't speak on his name too now. Lord Voldemort ain't playing.
I'm about to say.
I don't know who you talking about. It's like talking about Marvin Harrison Sr. I don't know who y'all talking about.
Hey,
I don't know that man. All I know is his son. I don't know nothing about daddy.
Oh boy.
But anyways, it was a great show today, guys. I definitely appreciate it. Once again, y'all check us out, YouTube, IG. Comments for tax questions and everything else will be directed to Mr. J. Hayden. And other than that, we out.
Go Birds.
Hey, you can cut that part right.
Hell no.